Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. In this video, I want us to have a look at some remarks made by Moses Kuria. Remarks that have so far been condemned by Kenya Union of Journalists. And equally, Kenyans are also calling Moses Kuria to order because it's not lost in the memory of Kenyans that just some few weeks ago, Kuria was threatening assassination on Raila Odinga. And now he's referring to nation journalist as Malaya. CS Moses Kuria. Kwa wale Malaya wa Aga Khan pale Nation Center, you can still advertise auctioneers and funeral arrangements. We will not stop those. I want us to dig deep into these remarks by Moses Kuria, in which I'll explain why there is a lot of impunity in William Ruto's government. Before we do that, if you are watching us, but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's proceed. Yes. Why is it that there is a lot of impunity in Ruto's government? It appears that this is a government that is not disciplined at all. While making those remarks, Moses Kuria also yesterday threatened any government body that will advertise with the nation. And he made it very clear yesterday that any government, corporation, or entity or individual who will advertise with the nation, he will sack that government official. So you are seeing a Moses Kuria threatening to sack another government official. And just weeks back, he was threatening assassination on Raila Odinga. How comes that Moses Kuria is being left scot-free? Or rather, he walks away with this hate speech and all this manner of threats. Because when he threatened Raila Odinga, it was expected that DCI, the police, were to move with speed to arrest Moses Kuria. Ruto went silent, the government went silent, and Kuria is at it again, this time around, calling nation journalists as Malaya. That's impunity. Why is it that there is a lot of impunity in this government? The first reason, the head of the government himself is not fit holding a public office. He does not pass the test on leadership and integrity. So he sees no problem when some of his cabinet secretaries make such derogatory remarks. This puts Ruto's integrity on the spot. Ruto himself is not fit holding a public office, and that's why he's tolerating all this indiscipline in his government. The second reason, William Ruto appointed individuals who are not fit holding public offices. It's not only Moses Kuria. Look at most of these government officials appointed by William Ruto. Integrity to them is nothing. Some were accused of corruption, some murder, and some are known inciters and warmongers. Some were even accused of rape. With all those cases, Ruto gave them jobs in his government. So these remarks by Moses Kuria, to me, they are not news. That's exactly what was expected of a government of criminals. So the integrity of individuals appointed by William Ruto are at question. The third reason why there is this impunity in this government, Ruto has compromised all institutions, be it the judiciary is already compromised, it's in William Ruto's pockets. All these other bodies in government have been compromised. The members of parliament, the elected leaders, who should be bringing some sanity, are equally compromised. There are no checks and balances. Ruto has a field day. He can do whatever he wants, and his ministers can do whatever they want, courtesy to the fact that all government institutions are compromised. The independent bodies are no longer independent. Parliament has been captured. So it's literally a one-man show. Another reason that can explain this impunity, because this is open impunity, these are individuals talking on behalf of William Ruto. They are saying what William Ruto loves to hear. And I'm fully convinced that maybe behind the scenes, Ruto might have congratulated Moses Kuria for making those sentiments. And it's very unfortunate that Moses Kuria is attacking nation because nation exposed the scandal, the edible oil scandal, where the government, Kenya's government, is losing 10 billion as a result of that edible oil scandal. And that scandal was birthed during William Ruto's first cabinet meeting, where the cabinet approved the importation of edible oil into the country tax-free. Later, it was established that companies closely linked and associated to William Ruto are the ones who were given that tender to import the oil into the country. Upon importing that oil, they sell it to government entity, in this case KNTC. KNTC then sells the oil to other private companies that in turn sell it to the consumers. So at the end of the chain, the, the edible oil is even more expensive than a locally produced oil. That's a government saying it's a hustler's government. A government cheating Kenyans that it wants to lower the cost of living. The truth of the matter, this is a very insensitive government, a very corrupt government, a government that is full of goons, criminals who want to enrich themselves at the expense of the suffering taxpayers. That's what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen. So it's because NTV exposed that scandal, that's why Kuria is calling them Malaya and threatening any government body not to advertise with the nation. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate Nation, because in the recent days, Nation is actually outsmarting all these other media. Nation is coming out as very bold, especially with their investigative journalism. These other ones are going silent. Nation is becoming bold. And should the government continue threatening Nation, they are just making Nation more loud. So as I conclude, it's even not about the media, because initially it was Citizen, it was branded as Imeo, and now it's Nation. So it's coming out very clearly that any independent media is being branded as an opposition, a government that cannot listen to the voice of reason. And instead of investigations being started to unearth exactly what happened with the oil deal, we are seeing such remarks coming from very close William Ruto allies in government. This proves there is a lot of impunity. Let me stop it there. And let me also remind you that we have come to the end of our fundraising that we have been doing here. I thank all of you for all your contributions. We managed to raise 70,000 Kenya shillings. And so far, the money has been channeled to the family of Nudin Salash, after which Nudin had this to say. Yes, listen to Nudin.
Kwa majina ni Nudin Salash. Mimi ndio nilikuwa nachangiwa pesa ya hospitali. Nataka kumshukuru Dennis Odingo na followers wake wote. Nimeshukuru sana 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 sana, na tuendelee kuangalia, subscribe kwa hii channel ambayo inatusaidia kwa maoni, kwa mambo ya hospitali. Nimesema thanks so much.